Well, good morning everyone. It's November the 29th and I'm sat in the Crown Plaza Hotel in Auckland on a very dreary and miserable grey day. I thought I'd do a little update for the channel because it's been a while since I did it, since I posted anything. In fact, the last time I posted was when I was in managed isolation on my way home from the ship last time. So since I last posted, I haven't ridden the motorcycles at all. In fact, I sold the BMW, and I'll come on to that as to why I did that in a minute. So I've been back on board the ship. I had to fly back to Falmouth at the beginning of September. We picked her up and we took her down to Tenerife, where she lies now, just to get her into the warmer weather for the winter. And I'm back home once again and back in unmanaged isolation again. I'm on day 8 of 14 here in New Zealand where I live, and I don't mind doing this at all, because once the 14 days is up and you're free to go, then out there in the big wide world we have no restrictions at all. We do not have community COVID at all. So this is a small price to pay to keep it that way, particularly now that Christmas is coming, because Europe, the United States and the rest of the world seems to be in total chaos as far as COVID goes. Horrible. But here, on these little islands of New Zealand, we're okay. Why did I sell the BMW? Basically because it was just a little bit too tall for me. I had the lowered seat on it, on the lowered setting. It was the GS, not the GSA, which is even taller. But with my little inside leg, I really struggled. On my own I was fine, but when I had Debbie, my wife, as pillion, then it became very much more apparent. So that when I was coming up to traffic lights or anything like that, to get my foot flat on the ground, I had to lean the bike so far over that getting it back upright with Debbie on the back was a real struggle. Now, that's okay when the road is perfectly flat, but with a camber, you have to be careful which way you lean. But we had a bit of a whoopsie. I'd come up to a bridge with some, it was a one-way bridge, so there was cars coming the other way. I had to stop. I put my foot down when we stopped, hit some gravel, bang, over we went. Luckily, I'd fitted the Touratech cylinder head guards, so no damage to the bike whatsoever. It was fantastic. Sounds like someone just thumped the floor above me. I was okay, Debbie got shaken. Now, when you're spending that sort of money on a motorcycle, it's got to be absolutely right for you, and this one wasn't. Now, I know on YouTube there are people who will say, well, you know, there are people smaller than you and who can handle the bikes and not fall off, etc., etc., poor riding. I get all that, but good for them, not for me. So I took the bike back to Avon City Motorcycles, where I bought it from, only about 3,500 Ks on the clock. And they sold it for me very quickly, and we've ordered the new factory lowered 1250GS. Now, I haven't got a delivery date yet here in New Zealand. It's got to come from Germany, obviously. I'm not expecting it much before March or April next year, and it's only the end of November now. Now I'm due back to sea at the end of January, and then I'm home again the beginning of April, probably back into managed isolation, so it'll work out. However, what to do for the summer? Well, luckily enough, I kept the Harley Davidson Road King. It was up for sale, but I couldn't. Nobody wanted it. Well, they did, but stupid money. So I kept it, and I'm glad I did, because now it's going to be the bike that I ride this summer. It's done 80,000 kilometers. It's a beautiful bike. I love it. But it needs the front fork oil changing and the seals doing. And I'm going to get them to do the cam tensioner and just have a quick check at the cams, all that sort of stuff. Because at that sort of mileage, it's time for it to be done. So this summer, I mostly be riding the Harley. I can't take Debbie on it because she gets really uncomfortable on it. For me, single solo, you know, it vibrates like hell. It's noisy. It's hot when you have to stop at the lights because it's air cooled, but it's fantastic and I love it. So that will be the bike that I'm riding this summer. I'm going to try and keep hold of it because, as I said, it is such a wonderful beast, and it's, despite everything that's wrong with it, I just love it to bits. I can't take Debbie, as I say, but I am going to go out riding with my son. He's got a Triumph, what has he got? A Street Triple RS 2020 model, beautiful looking bike. So I'll be doing a few road trips with him, I hope, between now and when I have to go back to sea on the 21st of January, back to the ship. So that's where we are. We've got a few new subscribers. Thank you for coming along. Please let me know why you subscribed. I do this channel for myself and the family. I love doing it. But if you let me know why you subscribe, particularly because I haven't posted any videos for a while, what is it you came here for, so I can sort of do a few more of those. I'm not trying to build this up into a huge channel. That's not the idea at all. The idea is to have a bit of fun, something for me to do while I'm stuck here in managed isolation or on the ship going nowhere. So let me know. Thanks for following, and hopefully the next video will be out and about on the Harley with the drone, or maybe even down at Wood End Beach with the drone, just to get a few practice shots, because I've bought some ND filters for the drone, so I need to find out how they all work. Okay, that's enough for now. See you soon.